Hello, hello. Welcome back to Dance Colleges and Careers. I'm your host, Brittany Noltimier, and this is the podcast where we talk about all things dance, colleges, careers, and competition. Today, we are diving into that competition. It is the springtime, and I bet you are starting to panic, stress, get nervous for competition, and try to gather all final information you can before you hit the stage. Well, that's a great idea, but I am here today to kind of give you a little shortcut. At least it's my opinion of, if I were you, what I would be working on right now. Dance is a seasonal sport just like anything else. We start in the fall where we really hone in on our technique. We get our stamina back. That is if we weren't dancing out all over the summer, which is shame on you if you weren't. But we'll talk about that in another episode. First off, at competition, I talk about this in many other episodes. So if this is new to you, I'll link it in the show notes. But where we talk about the different categories of competition. When you go on stage, you are always judged as the total package. You're never just judged as technique alone, or facial expressions alone, or costume alone. That is the beauty of dance, right? The beauty of this art, this wonderful thing we get to do. But it's the total package, everything put together. Entertainment value, stage presence, storytelling, technique, and all the above. Now, you may get a judge here or there who might weight one of these categories more than the other. They might think your performance was better because your technique was better. And while somebody else might prefer a different performance that had higher stage presence or storytelling. That's the beauty of having three judges. That's perfectly fine. That's great. They should have different opinions. They have different opinions, but it rarely is whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. That would be a very rare occurrence. When that does happen, it's just a little bit strange. That's, again, another episode. If I were you right now, there are two things I would be working on. One is facial expressions, and the second is musicality. This is a two-part episode, so today we are just going to be talking about facial expressions. If your struggle is musicality, you can bump to that one next week. So, facial expressions. The truth is, you are in class with all of your friends, and you start to dance the same. That's okay. That's wonderful. You should dance like other students your age. That is perfectly normal. You are learning in class as a group. You are learning the skills and the way that our syllabus works. That's what you should be doing. It's okay to have similar phrasing in different routines, but it's you as the individual, as the soloist, to make them come alive. To make us not even be aware that it's the same phrase that was in a different solo with a totally different song, because you can use different steps and put them together in many different ways. But if it doesn't feel like it matches the song, if it feels foreign and awkward, then you're not doing your job. And the way we can do that is by telling a story, by letting our movement match our music and letting our piece come to life. I was watching somebody's reel or quick video yesterday, and that went viral, and it was like a judge talking, and the judge said, look, when you come out there, there's one thing we want. There's only one thing we want from you. We want to be entertained. And that is 100% true. Usually the way the competition goes is there are 20 routines in a row. I'm just going to give fake numbers here, but let's say 20 routines. They could all be jazz routines, but this is the kicker. They're usually the same age category and level. So if you are, it could be all novice jazz kids age 10 to 12. Okay, those are kind of fake terms there. So think, if we are all novice and we are all doing jazz songs and we're all age 10 to 12, what are you going to do to stand out in that? Standing out in that is not technique, usually, because technique is when you are in the intermediate and advanced level. Okay, so that is where your level of technique needs to lie. But in that age category where you're all doing the same steps and you're all doing jazz music, so you could have 2 or 3 other people who are doing the same jazz song as you. And that's perfectly fine. Like, if it's a good song, I don't care hearing it 2 times, but it's what if you make it come to life. If you're just like, Chasse, with the pasted smile on, like, yay, then no, that's not interesting. That's not entertaining. You're not bringing in the judges, and then they are forced to give you a specific style of critique. If you refuse to give anything with your facial expressions, they are forced to say, oh, make sure we point our toe. Oh, make sure we're on the music right there. Cute smile, right? Any of this familiar? Cute smile. But when you are fully engaged and you're giving real personality, they are like, yes, okay, I want to get up and dance with you. Oh, I would like that moment better. And they can start to give you a more mature critique. Doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter if you're, when I say mature, I don't mean that you have to be a mature adult. You can be 8 years old and give a more mature performance than another 8-year-old by your storytelling and your stage presence. So if you commit to it, if you decide to overcome the barriers holding you back, then you are going to start to see yourself scoring higher at competition. Now, I think this is always so funny because I ask questions in classrooms all the time and I say, great, this is the lesson. This is what we need to do. How can we have better facial expressions? And the answer always is either smile or straight face. We'll get to that. Straight face, no. But, or have more confidence. Okay, that's great and all. That is exactly what we want. We want to have more confidence. But how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you just get more confidence? Through practice. You get confidence through practicing and by taking action. When we practice it, the next time we do it, we will be more confident in doing it. We might still feel like a weirdo, and that's okay. You might still feel so awkward and strange in your studio going, I'm smiling to the song, and it might look like that. But at least you're trying. At least you're putting in an attempt, because if you do it one time like this, the next time it's going to be better. Because if you don't let yourself practice, if you wait for the stage, then when you go on stage, you're going to be like this. Yes, you're going to be uncomfortable. The judges are going to be uncomfortable. And then you just won't get to have as much fun, right? We dance because we love it, because it brings us joy, because it's fun, because we like the music. We like the movements. We like how our body can feel to the music. But if you refuse to let yourself move to the music in the way your body wants to, because we're so afraid of what others are going to think of us, you're never going to get better. And when you wish and hope to score higher at competition, get higher up on that podium, it's going to take years rather than weeks, months, or even weeks to start to see a huge change in your scoring and in your overall happiness. Do you see some people come off stage and they're all joyful and smiley and happy and excited and just like proud of what they did? I mean, there's a difference of being proud of what you did and like totally unfocused and just whatever. That was $150. Who cares what happens? That's silly. We want to be focused. We want to work hard. We want to do a good job. I know that's you because you're here right now with me. But if you exit the stage and you just go, oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. Then that's not really helping you get better either. Or you probably still have more routines throughout the rest of the day. So rather than going, oh, I didn't do that, we'll start working on what can I do better for next time? Oh, what did I learn about the stage that I can utilize to be better in my next performance? Or what was I doing with my facial expressions that felt good or felt weird that I can improve upon in my next performance? So the reason why I think that we can fix our facial expressions a lot faster than maybe like our technique. Technique is a honed skill that we have to build consistency, strength, and stamina. So while we're still working on that every single day in the studio, or 4 to 7 days a week, whatever you do in the studio, you have to keep doing that. And that's what your teacher's giving you. But your teacher's giving that to you in your lesson. Facial expressions is homework for you to do outside of your lesson. And if you don't sit down with a notebook and a pen or pencil, the only person holding you back is you. Parents, you can definitely help them out with this. Our solos are very vulnerable. We are in a very vulnerable position. So it might be one of those moments where our teacher says, what is this song about? And you're like, I don't know. Even parents right now, you can ask your kid, hey, what's your song about? And they'll probably tell you, I don't know. And then, so however your personality is, either drop it or push and pry, because that is how their facial expressions are going to get better. So if you want a worksheet, I have a worksheet for you. You can go to my website and grab that. My website's brittany.noltimier.com, and it's just the number of this episode, which is number 45. So go to brittany.noltimier.com //45, just the number 45, and you can get a free worksheet. What should my facial expressions be for my solo? So if you're wondering what they should be and you're willing to put in the work, it doesn't take hours, people. It does not take hours. It takes minutes of your time at home to make life-changing performances now and for your entire future. Yeah, think if you could get on stage and feel way more confident than you do right now. I like to smile when I'm in the dance studio because I'm having fun. And when I hear a song I like, I let myself lighten up my face, and it changes the way I dance. It improves the way I dance. It improves the way I move, because now I naturally want to match the style rather than just straight movement, step, kick, step, kick. No, I'm using the movement. Step, but ma, moving through the plie and connecting with the music deep down. So if you are finally ready to make a change for your solo and you have, let's say, 15 minutes, go grab that worksheet, brittany.noltimier.com /45, and there's a free download just for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love being able to chat with you about competition. I know that you are living and breathing dance, and these dance competitions are part of you. It's like what you do with your family. And so I hope that you can go into your next class, even I wanted to say performance, but your next class with a little bit more personality, starting to utilize those facial expressions. Join us next week when we are going to be talking about part 2 of this, musicality. Because if you ask me, if you're doing a solo, you have the full capability to be perfect with your musicality. There is a right or wrong with your musicality, and let's talk about it next week. So I'll catch you next week, and keep on dancing.